Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Respected brothers and sisters, in this short video clip, we are going to discuss about Islamic banking or Islamic finance. Before starting, we should know four things about Islamic banking. That Islamic banking or Islamic finance is really fast growing. The second thing, that Islamic banking based on Islamic law. The third thing, that Islamic banking offers possible economic benefits. The fourth and most important, we need to know that Islamic banking or Islamic finance is still facing so many challenges. For example, the very first, Islamic banking is facing about standards and codes. The second thing Islamic banking is facing is international money market. Yes, that Islamic banking is not still in international money market, but soon we are hoping inshallah that Islamic banking and Islamic finance will work with international money market. And the third thing that Islamic banking is facing about institutional reforms. We can see that there are so many different banking systems in the world they are working with, but the most important are conventional banking and Islamic banking. In conventional banking, how they work and what they work, the major principle of conventional banking, they borrow to lend. But on the other hand, when we see Islamic banking, they are not working like that. They shares profit and loss. And if you will ask the major principle of Islamic banking, we can see that they are triple P. We call it triple P to understand the major principle of Islamic banking or Islamic finance. The very first is prohibition of interest. Interest in Arabic we call it ar-riba. In Urdu, in Punjabi we call it sood. In Arabic, ar-riba mean to exceed. Ar-riba mean interest. And this is prohibited from Almighty Allah. As Almighty Allah clearly mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah verse number 275 that الَّذِينَ يَأْكُلُونَ الرِّبَا لَا يَقُومُونَ إِلَّا كَمَا يَقُومُ الَّذِي يَتَخَبَّطُهُ الشَّيْطَانُ مِنَ الْمَسِّ ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُمْ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا الْبَيْعُ مِثْلُ الرِّبَا وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَا. Almighty Allah said that who consume interest, they will not stand on the day of resurrection, on the day of judgment, but like a person who is touched by Satan into insanity. This is why, because they say trade is like interest is like trade. But ahallallahu al-bay'a wa harrama al-riba. Allah Almighty said that Allah prohibited interest and permitted the trade. The very first thing in Islamic banking, we can say the major principle of Islamic banking is prohibition of interest. The second P is prohibition of gambling. And the third P is profit and loss sharing. The main important thing of Islamic banking, in Islamic banking, they work with sharing, not just in profit, but in loss as well. On the other hand, we can see that there are four ingredients of Islamic banking. The very first is ijara, like Islamic Sharia financing and Islamic Sharia servicing, they are doing with ijara. There are four ingredients of Islamic banking. The very first is ijara, the second one is mudaraba, the third one is musharaka, and the fourth one is murabiha. So what is ijara? Ijara is the alternate of leasing. There are two kinds of ijara. The first one is hiring, like employment, to hire the service of person on wages, on salary. The second one is on leasing, to transfer of a thing to a person in exchange of rent is called ijara. So ijara is an Islamic alternate of leasing. Ijara means to give something on rent. And the second ingredient of Islamic banking or Islamic finance is musharaka. Musharaka means company. In the company, we can see that people, they are putting their money on one pot, and before starting their business, they agree on one profit, that this person will get this percentage of the profit and the other one will get that percentage of the profit. It's called musharaka. And the third ingredient of Islamic banking is called mudaraba. In mudaraba, in the easy way, one person is having wealth and other is having health. I mean, one person is having money, the other one is having time and experience. So the person who is having money, he does not have time, and the person who is having time does not have money. A person who is having capital, who is having money, he gives his money to the person who is having time and experience, and he offers him that I'm going to give you money, you will run the business, and we will agree on certain profit. So this is called mudaraba. And the fourth one is murabiha. In murabiha, we can say that this is the Islamic face of credit and sale. These are four major ingredients of Islamic banking and Islamic Sharia financing. Islamic Sharia servicing is working mostly in ijara. Thank you very much.